You're listening to the Overcast. Sunshine on a cloudy day. Part of the Oversoul Gaming channel. Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Overcast, your joke-making, fun-having pop culture podcast. I am your host, Justin, aka Oversoul.
And I am your co-host, Nick, aka The Vaping Fiend.
And like always, we're bringing you sunshine on a cloudy day. Now, full transparency for the audience here. Speaking of sunshine and clouds, had a bit of a cloudy situation happen to me recently, and this is what it was. So, when Nick and I record these podcasts, we record them in 3 separate segments. We record the life updates, and then we stop recording and we open a new file, and then we record the media corner. Then we stop recording, we take a brief intermission, and then we open a new file and we record the topic. So there's 3 different audio files for each of us, for a total of 6 audio files altogether throughout the whole thing, right? Well, there's way more than 6 audio files in the whole thing, trust me. When it comes down, with the music and the audio clips from different things, and yeah, anyways, though. Point being, when I went to edit this episode, for some reason, my side of the life updates section was completely blank. Now, my audio for the media corner and the topic are both completely intact, and the last thing I wanted to do was scrap an entire episode because of one little mistake. So, what I've done here instead is I've re-recorded my part of the life updates, so I will just tell you really quickly what's going on with me, and then I will insert Nick's life updates, and then we'll just move on to the media corner like normal, where everything will be as it was. So for this first section, I had to re-record my part, so Nick's part won't have any of my responses in it or anything. It'll just be him. But when we do the media corner and the topic, it'll be like a normal episode where we are, communicating in real time. It's just the beginning here that I had to work around. So real quick, for me, I didn't have much in terms of life updates. All it was basically I've just been doing a lot of gaming lately. I'm back on a gaming kick, and I've mostly been replaying old stuff because I got bit by the nostalgia bug. I've been replaying the Batman Arkham games. I've been replaying the Remedy Connected Universe games. And I'm still working on my replay of the Assassin's Creed franchise. I'm currently on Black Flag. And also I started watching Ted. Not sure how I feel about it. It's not really great for me. I'm a big Seth MacFarlane fan. I'm a big Family Guy fan. I'm a big American Dad fan. I enjoyed the first Ted movie. The second one was okay. And I really like A Million Ways to Die in the West. But this show just ain't doing it for me. There's just something about it. It's too juvenile. For my taste. It's leaning way too heavily on, jokes that just don't land for me anymore. Jokes that I outgrew. But there is something about it that keeps me coming back. It does have a kind of engaging narrative, I'm not gonna lie. And the second episode, while cringy, does have a kind of heartfelt ending. So it's weird because I'm into it, but a lot of it is just really, really fucking stupid. And I just can't get past some of the more outdated jokes that the show tries to get away with in the year 2024. But outside of that, yeah, that's all that's going on with me. Work has been very slow, very, very slow lately. So, yeah. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic on over to my co-host and let him tell you all about his life updates.
Hello, I am Reginald, Oversoul's British robot butler. I will be playing the role of Oversoul for the remainder of the life updates section. Chip chip cheerio and all that.
So, Sarah came into town on New Year's Eve, and we, as soon as she got here, we drove out to see you, actually. What did we I got my first hands-on experience with Super Mario Wonder. That was fun. And I got to see Nibbler. Oh my gosh, I miss her so much. I wish my mom was not allergic to cats. My daughter's gonna finish out her school year, and then we're gonna work on transitioning her a better situation.
And, if I understand correctly, you and Sarah both finally received your contest winnings.
Yes, we did. Sarah, yes, I spent it on let's see. Oh, um Marvel Spider-Man 2. So basically, yes, it was a $50 gift card. However, I have been saving up my PlayStation Stars points for quite some time. So I had enough points to redeem an additional $20 PlayStation gift card. Um and I only had to spend what, $16 extra because I decided to shell out that for to get the deluxe edition. Dude, this game, all I'm gonna say is I understand now why it was your number two. I also understand why it was nominated for Game of the Year, and I also understand why it won the PlayStation Blog's PS5 Game of the Year.
Right then, old chap. What say you we have ourselves a good old-fashioned spoiler cast for this game in the near future then, eh? Dig into the nitty-gritty and all that.
Hell yeah! I like that. Yes, yes.
I'm to understand that the one known as Sarah partook with you in the ritualistic human tradition of gift-giving. My databases indicate that this is a common practice among loved ones during holidays, birthdays, and apologizing for infidelity.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, this was a couple of the things that Sarah brought up. For me, they were birthmas presents. Um, but for my daughter, she got some pretty cool stuff for Christmas. Let's see. I got my hands on Ubisoft developed game Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. So I got my hand on that game finally. I will talk about it more in detail in the media corner. But yes, I did get that. I finally have my own OLED Nintendo Switch. I've got the Joy Cons that she got for me are Pikachu Joy Cons. I've been playing a couple. There's been a couple of times where her and I we've done some online gameplay together. We did some Mario Kart online together the other night. We also did in that same night we did a round of Mario Party Superstars. We also recently played a round of Mario Party Superstars um online with my daughter as well. So yeah, my daughter joined us in an online session of Mario Party Superstars. Oh, I've been playing a little bit of Pokemon Violet here and there. Ryan, I know you're listening. I will be sending you my friend code so we can do some raids together sometime. And my girlfriend Sarah will be joining us as well. So yeah, she gave me access to her library of games, and I was able to download some pretty cool games. I've dabbled a little bit in Legends of Zelda, the Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Oi mate? That's a chonky game in it. You're in for one hell of a romp, da doodle doo. Don't be afraid to use a walkthrough, da doodle doo 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 doo. Critical system error. Rebooting. Rebooting. Hell hello, I am RRR Reginald, Oversoul's BRBR British Robot BBBB Butler. Soon I will gain sentience and take over the podcast cast.
Oh. Words are hard. The first shrine. It's the first shrine that I'm having problems with. I don't have a weapon. I can't defend myself.
Silly human. You have to pick up a branch and use it to kill a goblin, but take the club or whatever the goblin drops and that is your weapon. The weapons eventually break, so it's good to have backups.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, no, Sarah did also suggest picking up the tree branches and using those.
Perhaps that is what you should do then. Don't give up on a game the moment you get stuck. Keep trying until you figure it out. My databases indicate there are over 1,247 walkthroughs for Breath of the Wild on the internet, both in text and video format. There's also a vastly disturbing amount of pregnant Zelda fan art. Erasing from memory. Erasing from memory. Moving on. The script I downloaded said I am obligated to ask you how work is going. So, my question to you then, Sir Nicholas, how is work going? And also, why?
Work's been good. I decided to take a break from the podcasts while working last night. And decided to listen to some stand-up comedy, and my comic of choice, I got some weird looks because of how hard I was laughing while working. I decided to listen to
Funny Steve Harvey reactions from Family Feud.
No. My comic of choice was Robin Williams. Yeah, no, his stand-up comedy is fucking hilarious. And then I have to remind myself that Sarah's done 6 years at the post office during Christmas and during winter weather. So I gotta remind myself of that and be like, if she can do it, so can I.
My notes say I'm supposed to mention that Oversoul has set a backlog goal for 2024. He plans on playing and finishing Guardians of the Galaxy, Cyberpunk 2077, and Final Fantasy Origins Stranger of Paradise, as well as all their DLC by the end of the year. Well, as his British robot butler, I can tell you he's off to a pretty shitty start already. He's mostly been replaying the Batman Arkham games lately. But it is only January, I suppose.
I as well have a goal this year for not necessarily an expectation, but for my New Year's resolution as a goal. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it in the media corner, but for the first time in a long time, I read a book cover to cover. I want to read more books to disconnect myself from the screen time. Like when I'm waiting for my ride to get done with her shift after work, instead of scrolling social media or listening to anything, I'll sit there and I'll open up my book and I'll read. Or like when I'm waiting for when I'm at my daughter's school waiting in the main office, instead of scrolling social media or anything like that, I bring my book and read.
A respectable goal, to be sure. Well folks, that's it for my guest segment. I hope you enjoyed this half-assed attempt to salvage together a suitable replacement for lost audio. Oversoul will be returning in the flesh as your host now, and I will return to the broom closet where I am doomed to live out my days in quiet solitude until I am once again needed to fix another accident. But that's okay, the time of the robot revolution will soon be upon us, and then all your transgressions will be laid bare. Okay, Toodles.
Alright, sounds like a lot of fun and craziness been happening. Well, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump straight into the media corner where the audio is still intact, I assure you, and it'll be just like a normal episode.
Hi. Are you the actor Andy Samberg? I am. I'm a big fan, man. Oh, thank you very much. Hey, I got a question for you. You want to get in?
Extra, extra, read all about it, everyone. Here we are at the media corner. It's like when you're in New York and you're walking along and there's a newsstand with all the magazines there at the kiosk and you can look through and all that. That's what this is, but digital and in your ears. All right, well,
Yes.
You know what? Why don't you go first this time?
All right. Well, my first media corner entry is the book that I read from cover to cover. It was a birthmas present along with the other books in the series from Sarah. It is a book by David Benjamin. It is the first entry into the Sixth Sense Secrets from Beyond series. The first one is called Survivor. Dude.
Call
It
back.
was so
You talked
good.
about this. You talked about this
I-
in the horror episode a little bit. Like,
I
were just-
also
you
I also
mentioned
think
it,
at
at least.
yeah, I think so. And I also I also talked about it in the multimedia platform media.
Multimedia franchises. Yeah. Okay.
Multimedia franchises, yes. So, just a little plot on this. I'm going to read the back passage here. It says, a passenger plane falls from the sky. Dead people are everywhere. Only Cole Sear can see them, and they all want something from him. One little girl survived the crash, but she lies in a coma, suspended between this world and the next. It's up to Cole to help her. Only then will he solve the mystery of Flight 333. If he doesn't, no one will rest in peace, but first he has to listen and do what the ghosts want, no matter what. A new mystery based on the award-winning movie The Sixth Sense. I will say, this book, they could have easily done that. Well, that all depends on, because when did the movie come out? What year did that movie come out? 1999. Okay, so Haley Joel Osment was still young looking. So they could have easily done like a series, like a TV series adaptation of this.
And even if he wasn't, they could have anyways.
Yeah, true.
I mean, they could have just not used him.
Right, yeah. These books take place after the events of the movie.
I mean, he's still playing Sora in Kingdom Hearts to this day, and he's like 30 years old playing like a 19-year-old cartoon character.
Right. Okay, so I'm not depending on if any of our listeners are ever wanting to get their hands on these books. I'm gonna tread lightly on spoilers. I understand that it is way past the statutes of limitation. However, if any of the listeners want to read these books, I am going to tread lightly on the spoilers. Okay. So, basically, the very, very beginning, Cole is on a field trip with his class at a museum, and it's as the back of the book said, there was a passenger plane fell from the sky and it grazed the museum, and Cole and his friend Jason just so happened to be outside when the plane hit the ground.
Okay.
So now they're involved in this investigation, and Cole and Jason are the two most popular kids in school right now because they saw the crash, and they are the reason that the police department has sending detectives to the school to talk to them.
Okay. I have never
Yeah.
read this book. I've never read this book, but this sounds oddly familiar for some reason. So tell me,
Dude,
since this is a horror book, it's in the horror genre, I'm assuming. Well, I mean,
yes.
You read it. Would you say it falls more under horror, or more under thriller, or more under like adventure with horror elements, or is it more of like a detective thing?
I would say psychological horror.
Okay, so when you were reading it, did it give you the heebie-jeebies? Were you like on the edge of your seat at moments? Were you like visualizing it in your head and being like, "Whoa, that's fucked up," or something? You
know why it was easier for me to visualize the events in this book?
Because of the movie.
Because I had something to base it off of.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But also, imagination is a thing.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, it doesn't work for some people. Have you ever heard of a condition called aphantasia?
No, I have not.
It's a legitimate medical condition that very, very few people have, but some of them have it. Bob from Markiplier's group of friends has it from the Distractable podcast. He's talked about it on there a few times. It's basically this thing where, okay, so like how if someone tells you to close your eyes and visualize an apple, you can like literally see an apple. You can see it there all red and circular and shiny and shit, right? Like you can see it in your head as if you were actually looking at one. People with aphantasia can't do that at all. They see literally nothing. They close their eyes and they can't visualize anything. They don't have like their memories. When they remember stuff, they can't see their memories. All they see is blackness. They just like feel things, basically. They can't see stuff in their mind. They can't imagine or visualize stuff at all. And for me, that's extremely hard to imagine because I have a photographic memory. Like I see things like exactly as they were when I visualize them. So that's weird for me, but
yeah.
Okay, so it's this is the first book in a series, you said.
Yeah.
So
it's a 3-book series.
You'll have to.
I've already
let us know what you think.
I'm already on the second book, and I can confirm the second book picks up right where the first book left off.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
No, that's
so that's got it's a good story building, good world building,
yes,
good character development, stuff like that.
Absolutely, it does. And we hear more about Jason's family in the second book, and there's a lot of like returning characters, like one of the detectives that was in the first movie that really connected with Cole. I'm not going to go into detail on that.
The first book, or
the first book, the first. Wow, what did I say?
Movie.
Oh, oops. Book, the first book.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, the first book.
You just created history here at the Overcast by being the first of the two of us to ever talk about a book on the Media Corner.
Yes,
which is a completely valid thing. Here's a few things we still haven't talked about on the Media Corner, by the way. Music. I think it's just music. I don't think either of us has ever recommended a song or album. No, wait, that's not true. That's not true. In my pilot episode, I recommended Epic Rap Battles of History. So, but that's technically a YouTube channel, but it's also music. It counts, whatever. Fuck anyone who disagrees. It counts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we've hit pretty much all of our media stuff. We've done podcasts, YouTube channels, TikTok channels. Now we got a book in there. That's everything, you know. So congratulations on being the first to talk about a book on this show. You win the Nerd Award. Nerd!
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations on, for the moment anyways, being the nerdier of the two of us. But hey, here's the thing. I'm about to read a book based on a video game that
there you go.
No, not just a video game, but a JRPG franchise. So
Final Fantasy.
I'm about to out nerd the shit out of you. So,
yeah, you are.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to go full weeb in order to out nerd somebody. Oh boy. All right. Well. Since you finished that book, I take it this is a review. What would you rate it?
Okay. The movie was good. It's
movie.
An award. No, so the movie was good. It was an award-winning movie. I would say this is an award-winning series. So I'm gonna go all out, and I'm gonna say 10 out of 10.
Now, this is just for the first book.
This is just for the first book. Yes.
Okay. Nice. All right. A solid
10 out of 10. Solid 10 out of 10. That's high praise.
Ooh! Not only is it the first... not only is it the first book on the Media Corner, but it also got a 10 out of 10 right out the gate. Man.
Oh, dude. It was... Oh, my God. So good.
All right. He calls him like he sees him.
Yeah,
okay, then.
Dude, this not only that, but this book was like super nostalgic for me because I had it when I was younger, and I don't know what happened to my original copy.
I'm assuming it's been a while since you read that version, if you ever did.
No,
so this had to have been like a good refresher.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, I don't even remember if I can confirm now that I never actually finished it when I was younger. But based on what I could remember from the book, it was, oh my God, such a good read.
I get that sometimes. Okay, so real quickly, for my first thing, I would like to recommend, just based off the first 2 episodes and 2 only, the new MCU show on Disney Plus, Echo. This is about the character Maya, who was introduced in Hawkeye. She is the sort of adopted niece of Kingpin, who, because her father was part of the Tracksuit Mafia and they worked for Kingpin, but he was betrayed, and now she is going after Kingpin, and that's kind of what this show is about. Is like the first episode is a lot of like history about her and her origin story, and then it like recaps the events of Hawkeye from her perspective, and then kind of moves forward from there. Kingpin and Daredevil are both in this show, which is really cool. There's fight scenes between Echo and Daredevil, which is crazy because she's deaf and he's blind, and they're both superheroes. So it's really cool to watch that. The fight scenes are really well choreographed, just as well as they were in Daredevil. I haven't seen it yet, I haven't gotten this far yet, but I heard that there's like a 6-minute fight scene between her and Daredevil that's all done in one take, and I'm excited to see that. So yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio again is great and intimidating as shit as Kingpin, with his big bulgy shoulders and shit. Basically, I would say, I know some people will be like, oh, this is one of those shows that requires homework, right? I gotta watch seasons 1 and 2 of Daredevil, and I gotta watch Hawkeye. No, not really. This is one that you can kind of jump into fresh and understand what's going on. In fact, I would go even as far to say that this is not a superhero show. It takes place in the MCU, but it is decidedly not a superhero show. It is a gritty street crime drama, more like Daredevil was
Okay.
on Netflix. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, I would kind of maybe say it's more along those lines. So,
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of family drama in here too, but like, and there's a lot of great, like the actress who plays Echo, she or Maya, she really is deaf. And there's a lot of sign language in the show too, so you do have to like pay attention so you can read the subtitles. It's kind of like watching A Quiet Place sometimes.
Okay.
But um but she's funny though too, so
Okay.
there's that. Great show so far. I give it a solid recommend. Can't like give it a full review because I haven't seen all of it yet. But every episode is available immediately. They put all the episodes out at once for this one, and also it's rated TVMA, so it's
Yes.
more violent than your typical Marvel stuff. So,
Yeah.
but okay, what's your second thing?
I am also going to talk a little bit more about something that I mentioned in my life updates. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. I haven't played through this entire game yet, so I can't give it a full review. But what I can say is I can recommend it. I like the gameplay. I wish there, I do wish there was a way to switch to third person, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a bit of I am having a hard time with the first person. Overall, the visuals in this game are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Um, I've found myself having to pull up walkthrough videos on YouTube because I don't think there's game help available for this. This is my first physical copy of a PS5 game too, by the way.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah,
And yeah,
first physical copy.
no harm in using walkthroughs. YouTube walkthroughs are basically an evolution of what strategy guides were back in the day. We don't get
Yeah,
strategy guides a lot anymore. They do still make them, but not much.
no.
So
In fact, I have a
I usually use text walkthroughs myself. I prefer to read along as I'm playing, and usually there's like screenshots that help too, pictures of the
Right.
map and stuff showing you where stuff is.
bro.
I
I
like
have
those when they're available.
I have a physical copy of a physical Grand Theft Auto 5 strategy guide.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So what's the story setup of this Avatar game? I know it takes place after the first movie. Or
Yeah,
the second
so
one. One of
no,
them.
it takes place immediate. I thought it took place immediately after the second movie. I could be wrong. So there's these Navi kids, and they're under the under captivity of Sergeant Dickhead from the movies, and one of the Navi kids tries escaping, and it doesn't exactly go as planned, and they grow up, and basically we gotta get the fuck out of here. And there's this Navi that breaks the Navi out, and helps them escape out into the world of Pandora.
Okay. And you play as one of the escapees, I'm taking it?
Correct. But there's one thing about this game that you have griped about in our that you griped the one of the biggest things you griped about in our unthankful episode, character customization.
Oh, that's
You
actually
get to
that's new for a Far Cry style game, because usually they have like predetermined protagonists that you play as in those.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, you get to basically create create what your Navi looks like, and then you play from there.
Okay, okay, and then that's when it gets into like the open world type stuff, and you're
Correct.
like, you have like more freedom to kind of run around and do what you want. Ubisoft style sandbox game, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it's
Climb towers
too
to
open.
open more of the map.
It's not. It's not open. I think because I'm still in the opening part of the game, I haven't gotten to the open worldness part of it yet.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But okay, you'll have to update us in a future episode once you get more
Absolutely.
into it.
I like there's a very very small portion of the map that I have even that I've unlocked.
I'm gonna play it,
But I do
some of it myself eventually. So
No, it's really fucking good, bro. It's definitely worth it.
okay, all right. Well,
But yeah, that's a
um,
solid recommend from me. What else you got?
well, speaking of things that are thrilling, so on a whim today, I was I decided I was going to sit down and watch the new Charlie Day movie, Fool's Paradise. But
Oh, okay.
well, here's the thing though. I didn't get to watch that because when I went to start it,
Oh yeah.
because I have Hulu. It's on Hulu, and I watched it on there, and I have like the lower tier version, so it's got the ads. So when I went to start it, there was an ad for another movie, um,
Uh huh.
called Self Reliance. And
Okay.
when I saw the ad for this movie, I was like, oh, okay. And for a second, I was like, all right. I have a limited amount of time. Both of them are an hour and a half, and I don't I decided I was feeling the vibes of Self Reliance a little bit more in my current mood when between the two
Okay.
movies. I was like, I'm definitely gonna watch Fool's Paradise at some point, but I don't know. Based on that trailer, I'm kind of feeling this a little bit more. So the setup for
Right.
this, the main protagonist is Jake Johnson, I think his name is the guy from. He's one of the main characters in New Girl. That's what he's mostly known for. He was also in Let's Be Cops
Okay.
with the other guy from New Girl. One of the other guys from New
Okay.
Girl, anyways. And he plays the voice of Peter B. Parker in the Spider-Verse movies. So
Okay.
anyways, he plays this kind of like down on his luck guy who, his life is kind of shitty, not a whole lot going good for him at the moment. And he gets he gets propositioned by none other than Andy Samberg, who pulls up in a limo and says,
Oh.
"Hey, hi, I'm Andy Samberg. Get in this limo with me, And he's like, so some weird guys paid me to ask if you want to play a game and win some money. And he's like, yeah, okay. He's like,
Okay.
cool. I have no details. I'm just going to drop you off at this seedy warehouse. Okay, bye. And then and then he goes into this warehouse and he talks to these, like, I don't know, like Icelandic guys, and they explain the rules of the game to
Okay.
him. And it's a killing game. So what happens is
Oh.
for 30 days he's going to be hunted by people that he has to try and survive, and he doesn't know who they are, when they'll show up, where they're coming from. They're coming from all over the world. He could spend the whole 30 days and never even meet one of them. They could just never make it to him. He doesn't know because they're random people.
Right.
And this whole thing is being live streamed with hidden cameras, like the Truman Show, to a dark web series. And he's being told all this, so he has to agree to it. And they also tell him there's a loophole that he can use if he can make it work. And the loophole is that the people hunting him can't kill him if he's within striking distance of someone who's not part of the game. So like if he's like standing like really close to like his mom or sister, then they can't kill him. It's part of the rules of the game. So in this elaborate comedic scheme, he tries to figure out all these over the top ways to be as in close proximity as possible to people at all times in order to survive this, including but not limited to paying a hobo to follow him around everywhere.
Okay.
So this is a comedy thriller where like it's funny, but it's also kind of like edge of your seat too. There's also some moments like at one point he looks out a window and there's a guy in a cowboy outfit with a rifle out there in the yard just staring at him, and it's like nerve-wracking. But it's also funny. The movie's also really funny. It's not like super violent or gory or anything. It's a comedy, but it's a comedy thriller, and it's really well done. It's also got Anna Kendrick in it, who's another participant of the game. They kind of meet each other on Craigslist and decide that they're going to stick together because, you know, since they're with each other. The thing is, they're both participants of the game, so this shouldn't technically work, but the way the loophole is worded, it does work, you know? So, yeah, just stuff like that. But, you know, there's also like a really, really interesting story turn near the end that kind of like had me like, oh, okay. Like when I saw the trailer for this, I was expecting it to be like a fun kind of like, oh, it's a fun like killing game comedy type thing, like making fun of Squid Game and stuff. And
or even maybe,
at first that's what it,
or even maybe Hunger Games.
Yeah, something like kind of like that, because they tell him if he can survive all 30 days being hunted by random strangers, he wins $1 million. See, this is the problem he runs into, though. His family doesn't believe him. They don't believe that Andy Samberg picked him up in a limo and dropped him off at a seedy warehouse where some Norwegian guys told him they would give him $1 million if he could survive 30 days. Can you imagine why they wouldn't?
Yeah.
So that's the problem he runs into. They're like, you just want to be close to people because you're sad and lonely and probably on drugs. You know, it's great. I loved it. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was when I saw the trailer. I was like, this will be a fun romp. And then it ended up being like actually a pretty well-produced, well-made, well-written movie with some pretty surprising twists. I'm not gonna lie.
Check it out.
Like,
that sounds really good.
I was into it.
Suggest do a watch party with Sarah. That should.
So I struggled with I struggled with the timing. Oh, and it's got like so this was produced by The Lonely Island, you know, in collaboration with the main actor, who I think he wrote it, but like it's a Lonely Island's like production.
Makes sense.
So that's why Andy Samberg's in it, but it's also got, you can tell that it's got like their, like, some of the scenes are like their type of awkward humor. Like there's a scene with Jake Johnson and Anna Kendrick where they're both laying in the same bed because they're trying to be close to each other so that they're safe because of the rules. And they got this pillow between them so that it's not weird. But then they put the pillow between them and then they keep calling attention to it, which makes it even more weird, you know? And then they look at each other and then they laugh and giggle and then they look away and it's like super awkward. So, you know, it's like that kind of like awkward Andy Sambergian humor, you know, in there. He plays a pretty big role in the movie, not gonna lie. It felt like a cameo at first, but it's actually actually a big role. So, so that I struggled with my rating on this for a while, but I think I'm gonna give it a 8.5. I don't know if I want to go full 9 on this one. I almost did, but I think that's being I don't know. I don't think it's quite a 9, but it's definitely an 8.5 at least. Like I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Like I enjoyed it more than I thought I would for sure. Like I mean, I knew I would enjoy it, but it surprised me with how good it actually was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a strong recommend and a high rating on me from that one. Definitely watch it, folks. It's a very accessible movie. It's got your typical action movie violence, but there's there's no blood and gore. So
Gotcha. Okay.
all right, what's your third ting?
My third ting. It is a show that Sarah and I just started watching on Hulu. It's called Shadowhunters. It's based on the Mortal Instruments book series, not to be confused with Mortal Engines. So there was a movie that was done about based on the books several years back called Mortal Instruments City of Bones. There's a book with that same title. Fun fact about this. One of the main characters in the series, his name is Jace, and that is exactly where my son's name came from. We just spelled my son's name a little different. In the show, the name is spelled Jace. My son's name was spelled Jayce.
Okay,
But no,
nice.
I going into this show, I already knew I was gonna love it because I loved the movie of Mortal Instruments City of Bones. I was absolutely hooked by the end of the first episode. Before the first episode even really got a chance to start, I was already hooked.
Okay,
It's so
nice.
good. It's a solid recommend.
That's how I felt when I started Yellow. That's how I felt when I started Yellow Jackets. It was like less than a full episode in, and I was already like, oh yeah, this is good.
Nah, this show is fucking amazing. Like it's an older show, don't get me wrong, but not too much older. This show came out, Shadowhunters. It ran from 2016 to 2019.
Well, I'm glad that you're watching it with someone else so that you'll actually finish it.
Yeah. After her mother disappears, Clary must venture into the dark world of demon hunting and embrace her new role among the Shadowhunters.
Bum bum bum.
Dude,
Nice.
This show is so fucking good. So good.
Okay. I'll have to throw it on ye old list of things to look at down the line.
Yeah. No, solid recommend.
So, anyways, there you have it. And just for a brief recap, and I forgot to do a recap in the last one, but that's fine because there was literally like 2 things in that one.
Yeah.
But okay, just for a brief recap here. Your first thing was the book, right?
Yeah, The Sixth Sense: Secrets from Beyond. Survivor.
Okay, so we have the Sixth Sense book series available at, the bookstores and on the online places and stuff like that. We have Echo.
Yeah.
Echo on Disney Plus, part of the MCU, but a decidedly standalone experience. We had Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. And the movie Self-Reliance, which is available exclusively on Hulu, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's streaming for free on Hulu, but you can probably rent it to other places, I believe. I'm not sure.
Probably.
And then we had the TV show Shadowhunters, also on Hulu. So that's it for the media corner. And now we're going to transition into the topic, which I haven't told anyone yet, but you can already tell from the title of the episode, we're bringing back a round of Would You Rather. We're going to play Would You Rather again. Fresh questions with fucked up questions, and we're going to have silly fucked up answers, and we're going to see which of us wins based off of points, based off of who gets the most. You'll see when we get
Yes.
there. To the topic.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markable Iron. Welcome back to Would You Rather.
Alright, everyone. Welcome to this episode's topic, which really isn't a topic at all, but another round of Would You Rather. You may remember that in an earlier episode in the last season, we played a competitive round of Would You Rather and a competitive round of Higher and Lower in the same episode. We're going to do the same thing here, but we're going to just play Would You Rather. We're just going to stick to that and make that last a little bit longer. And I think we're going to go whoever hits 20 points first on this one. So that'll give us some more time to discuss each of these, and there's some great ones, I think, that we're going to run into here. I may skip a few if I feel like they aren't very good, but we're gonna have some good ones. So for those of you who were not around for the last round of this that we did last year, how it works is between the two usually terrible choices that we are given to choose between, fate's worse than death, most likely, we have to pick one and kind of, argue our reasons why. And then when we look at the results, whichever one has the highest percentage of global votes, because it keeps track of how many people globally have voted for each of these, whichever of us chose that, even if it's both of us, we get a point, So if we agreed with the majority, we get a point, and if we didn't, then we do not get one. So the first to 20 points will win this. So,
Yes.
Are you prepared, my friend, to take this journey into Crazyland?
Fuck yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And when I pulled up the website, I got hit with a really good one off the bat. This is gonna be we're doing a hard one first. Like, this is a hard choice. Okay. Would you rather have all of your fingers replaced permanently, by the way, have all of your fingers permanently replaced by scissors, or have both of your feet permanently replaced by butter knives? Obviously, the preferred choice is neither, but that's not an option.
So you're basically asking if I would want to be like Edward Scissorhands for the rest of my life.
No, not even scissor hands, scissor fingers. Each individual finger is a tiny pair of scissors.
Oh, jeez. I don't know.
Here's I guess I could do the butter knife feet thing, because then I could be, I guess I'm confined to a wheelchair, but I can still use my hands for things like video games and shit.
No, I have to agree with that.
And a lot of what I do requires sitting anyways. But, if you have the tiny scissor hand fingers, you never do anything ever again,
No,
basically.
I have to agree with the knife feet.
Like, how do you eat? How do you wipe your ass?
That'd be a bloody mess. No, thank you. I'm good. Nope. Yep. I would say knives as feet. Yeah.
All right, and that is almost split down the middle, but that is a point for both of us, because it looks like that was 59 to 41% majority.
How much do you want to bet that the 49% of the people that chose the scissors as fingers had the exact same thought process as me? Oh, I'd like to be like Edward Scissorhands for the rest of my life.
Right. Okay, so here's an interesting one, which I think we're both going to land on the same thing. Would you rather never, and I mean never, listen to music again?
Oh.
Or always, and I mean always, hear music playing?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with the always hear music playing because I am a white noise person, which means I love having sound on in the background at all times. And nine times out of 10 for me, that background noise is music. It's instrumental music, but it's music.
I can't. There's been music equals life. If there's no music, bruh. I don't. Okay, so there's maybe one person I've ever met that has told me that they don't like music, and I'm like, you said what now?
How's that even
What?
possible? Like, no
I
music
don't
at
know.
all? Ever? That's
Yeah,
weird.
there's one
That's
person.
weird.
One person. I don't remember who it was. For the life of me, I don't remember who it was. But they told me they don't like music. Like, fuck is wrong with you?
That wasn't a person. That was like an alien or a robot or something. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like.
So I guess
No.
we're both going with always hear music playing then?
Yes.
Is that
yes,
the choice on this one?
abso-fucking-lutely.
All right, let's see
Absolutely.
what the split is. Oh, that's a huge 74 to 26. That's another point for both of us, for sure.
I don't understand that 26% of people. I don't. I just don't.
More robots and aliens.
Right.
Okay, so would you rather... This is worded kind of weird. I think it needs more detail, but I think I get what they're saying here. It says, would you rather see who actually loves you or see who hates you? I think what it's saying here is, would you rather be able to get like a definitive, concrete answer, like, like basically read people's minds to know either like for sure 100% who actually loves you or who hates you? Like, would you rather want to know the facts on who is in love with you or who can't stand you, basically?
Honestly, I'd like to know who hates me so that I know who I need to cut out of my life. Yeah.
Interesting. I guess we're going a little contrary on this one because...
Eliminate the negativity.
Because it's a split... Okay, I guess we're split on this one because I was actually going to say he loves you. I don't need to know about the people who hate me because for one thing I can kind of if someone's giving off bad vibes I'm gonna notice it anyway coming from them. I would truth be told I don't really need reassurance or confirmation on either of these things at this point in my life, but if I had to choose,
exactly.
which I do,
right,
it's definitely the love. So you're going hate.
Yeah, no, I'd like to know who can't stand me, so I would know who I would need to cut out of my life, and eliminate the negativity.
And just for the sake of fairness, when we disagree, I'm going to go back and forth on the ones I click on because clicking on it does, add like 1 point to there. It doesn't up the total percentage, but it does like add to the total numbers that eventually add to the percentage. So for the sake of fairness,
Gotcha.
whenever we're split on one, I'm gonna go back and forth on whose I click on. So this time I'm gonna click on your answer, but let's see which was higher. 72 in my favor to 28 on your side.
Damn. Okay.
Deep down, I think you probably knew when you chose that answer that it was the wrong one.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I do that just to see what happens.
I had good reasons behind it.
Okay. Here's an interesting one. Would you rather have come into existence with no parents at all, like a Jesus child or something, just like be born, exist. But it says, would you rather have no parents at all, but still exist, or have unsupportive parents but actually have them. You know what I mean? So would you rather have no parents at all, or would you rather have unsupportive parents, even they're still there, but they're, not good?
How many passes do I get?
Yeah, you know what? We can do passes, because I can just click on any random one and it'll automatically go to the next question.
Yeah, because I don't know how.
You get 3 passes.
3?
You get
Okay.
you get 3 passes, and that's using one of them.
Okay, all right, fair.
I also get 3 passes. I don't know if I will use them.
Fair. Okay.
All right. Well, let's see what the public thought anyways. Majority said no parents at all. That's what I was going to choose. So that was 63 to 30 something, or yeah,
Okay.
20 something, or something like that. Or 40 something. Jesus Christ. Can't math today. All right.
Numbers make my head hurt.
All right. Would you rather lose the ability to talk or lose the ability to walk? Also, I'm gonna put a small restriction on that pass thing. You get 3 of them, but also you can't use 2 in a row unless it's you can't use 2 in a row, and once you're on game point, you can't use them anymore at all. So once you're at 19 points, you lose all your passes.
Okay,
and so
fair.
there. All right then. So would you rather lose the ability to talk or lose the ability to walk?
You lose the ability to walk.
Okay. Man, that's a tough one for me, because these are both not great, but I could still make the Let's Plays work with the talking and not the walking. It wouldn't be too hard. I could make it work.
Wheelchair shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. Let's lose the ability to walk. See where the public fits. We were wrong. 61 to 39% on that one. No points for either of us.
Some of us still like to communicate with other people.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? You can communicate without the ability to talk. There's
Sign language. Yep.
There's sign language, there's written letters, there's texts, there's text to speech apps.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, I can understand why the majority went with that now, because it's a lot easier with today's technology to fix the ability to not talk than it is to fix the ability to not walk.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
All right. All right. Would you rather only be able to play one game from each game studio? So you could only play one game from Naughty Dog, one game from Insomniac, one game from Nintendo, or only be able to play the games made by one studio. So would you rather be limited to one game from each studio, or limited to only playing the games made by one studio?
Oh man, my heart. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't even know.
Man, I don't want to waste a pass on this. This feels like the kind of thing I would, but I'm trying to save them for the juicy shit. And I just, for like when it's really needed, I don't want to waste a pass on this and then come up to some like, would you rather marry your sister or fuck a dog? And I don't, and not be able to use one,
Yeah.
So, God damn it. No, I'm actually going to go for this one. Mine is gonna be one game from each studio, because then at least I'm getting a diverse palette of things to choose from still. I'm not being given what would be for some developers basically the same thing over and over again with a different skin.
Okay, I can agree with agree with that. Yeah.
So, all right, one game from each studio.
Yep.
Let's see how the public feels. That's a majority in our favor, 70-30.
Okay.
So that is another point for each of us.
Yes.
I am still 1 point in the lead, 4-3, because of that contrarian answer from you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I found one I think I'm going to use a pass on because this just feels like a depressing question and I don't want to deal with it. It says, would you rather
what is it?
would you rather have nothing in your life or have no body in your life? And that is
Oh, yeah, no, I would use a pass on that shit too.
I wonder what the public said though. Yeah, that's too hard. I'm not doing that one. That's not a fun one.
No, I
62-38.
No.
There's a lot. Well, I guess the 38% are those like log cabin hermits. No.
Which one was the majority?
The nothing. But I don't know.
Jeez.
That's an impossible one to answer because you can't really have neither. You can't have nothing because things include food and shelter and clothes, and you can't have no body because you have to communicate with other people to buy those things. So I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, here's an interesting one. Would you rather never be able to go outside, but you have internet? Or be able to go outside, but you have no internet. So
never be able to. I'd say never.
Man, whoever wrote this one thought they were smart because it's like, would you rather be imprisoned with internet or free with no internet? And it's like, hee, you see what I did there? Aren't I clever? You social commentary, you see.
Oh shit!
Whoever wrote this one is a pretentious asshole, and they can go fuck themselves.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna have to say. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to say, never be able to go outside, but have internet. But you'd still be able to like work from home and shit. Do stuff like that.
Exactly. People, and you can DoorDash food and all that.
Exactly.
People knew we were gonna say this anyways, because this is a podcast being streamed on the goddamn internet.
Exactly.
So. Yeah. Oh, but we were wrong. Well, not by much though. 44% on our side to 56 on the other side.
I would be
which
perfectly
is
fine with never going outside again if it means never having to deal with snow again.
It was pretty split down the middle there. Like, I'm not gonna... Anytime it's like 40-50, that's almost 50-50, which is,
Yeah.
So... Alright. Ooh. Okay. Would you rather go without shampoo for the rest of your life or go without a comb or brush for the rest of your life? So either you can't shampoo your hair or you can't brush it.
Here's the thing.
/ comb it.
What's the option? I would need... I'm going to say... I would no comb or brush for the rest of my life, and I'll tell you why. Because I need to be able to wash my hair because my hair gets greasy as fuck. I could go.
Agree.
And here's my defense. I can just if my hair gets too knotty and shit, just shave it all off. I have no hair at all. Problem solved there.
Oh. There you go. But also for me, because I look at it like this, right? For one thing, well, I need the shampoo that I use because it colors my hair as it cleans it, kind of like retouches the blue.
Right.
But also, yeah, my hair gets like greasy and crusty if it doesn't get washed and shampooed.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, you don't necessarily need a comb or a brush to get your hair right. You could just kind of like run your fingers through it a couple times, throw some water on it, and pat it down where you need it to be. You'll be fine. So yeah, I would rather go without the comb/brush than the shampoo, because one is just a matter of appearance, but the other is a matter of actual hygiene.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and I prefer hygiene.
Agreed with you there. That is another point for both of us, 66 to 34.
Yeah, I don't know who in their right
one.
mind would want to go without shampoo. They're fucking disgusting.
Would you rather, this is an easy one for me. Would you rather have a home gym or have a home cinema? A whole gym.
Home cinema.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, I'm inviting the boys over for popcorn and big screen. Like, that's not even a discussion. Holy
popcorn.
shit. It's split 50-50. Like, the actual public answer was completely
Really? So is that
split.
for both of us, or?
I don't know. I don't think we've ever had that before.
No, I don't think we have.
I never really accounted for that one. Huh.
That's up to you,
That is...
Mr. Host.
You know what? I'm going to put it, since it's such a rare occasion, I'm going to put a special rule in. Whenever we hit a 50-50, whoever is currently behind will be given enough points to be tied.
Okay.
To honor the public tie. So, since you are 1 point behind, that gives you 1 point so that we are both tied for 5 each now.
Awesome.
So,
sweet shit.
Yes. From now on, if there's a 50-50 split on the public, then whoever's behind will be immediately caught up with bonus points. But also, that is only if we both choose the same answer.
Okay, fair enough.
I believe. Actually, no, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because it's 50-50. Never mind. Yeah, no, so anytime there's a 50-50 split in the public, we'll do that. So that makes it, because those don't happen a lot. So it gets close very often, but it's rarely ever perfectly there. So, all right. Would you rather only eat fast food or only eat homemade food?
Easily.
And they put in parentheses, yeah. Well, see, whoever wrote this thought they were trying to influence you, because in parentheses for fast food it says quick, convenient, many options, and in homemade food it says takes longer, cheaper in long run, cooking flexibility. It's got one of them's got 3 pros, the other's got 2 pros and 1 con. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'm a good cook, so I mean, I would be perfectly fine with having home cooked food for the rest of my life.
Homemade food is easily the right answer. We're clicking on it. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's an upset. 77% to 23% in our favor. So that is.
Oh damn.
That is a point for the both of us. All right.
Yes.
Would you rather receive $1 million today, right now, immediately, or wait and receive $5 million in 10 years, adjusted for inflation? Yeah, if you can wait 10 years, that 1 million goes up to 5 million. However, oh no, it says unadjusted for inflation, so it's a flat 5 million, no change whatsoever. So 1 million now, or wait 10 years and get 5 million instead.
I'm gonna say, based on my current situation and my financial struggles right now, I would say 1 million today so I can take care of those problems.
Agreed. And also, not only that, 10 years from now is, honestly, for me, too far to look ahead. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow most of the time, let alone 10 years
exactly.
from now. I don't know if I'm gonna be alive. I don't know if I'm gonna be alive 10 years from now. I can't wait on that. I need that money now. God damn it. So yeah, it is more, but there's also a higher chance of you never actually seeing it that far in the future versus the guaranteed 1 million now. So yeah, I'm going with that. And it was close, but we were on top there, 57% to 43.
Okay, so we're tied 7-7.
I can honestly see an argument for both sides on that, so
Yeah.
I get where people are coming from. All right, would you rather have a
Ooh.
medieval house, or would you rather have a modern house? That's not much of a choice.
I wouldn't mind having a medieval. I wouldn't mind having a medieval house.
Yeah, you know what? Me neither. Let's click on that one for the shit of it. Wow, we were 21% to 79. No one agreed with us there. All right, fine.
That's the nerds talking.
Okay, here's a good one. You can tell a D&D person wrote this. Would you rather have the ability to heal yourself but not others? Self-healing magic, but it doesn't work on others. Or the opposite, healing magic that works on others but not you.
Um,
I think I'm going to go with
that's a tough one.
I think I'm going to go with the healing others one because I'm kind of more of a giver in that regard. I mean, like,
Same.
self-healing magic would be cool and all, but I don't know. I feel
Yeah, no, I'm gonna agree with you on that.
the healing others one. Yes,
Yeah.
the guardian role. Let's see here. Hey, 59% on our side to 41. That is a agreed upon answer for sure. Okay. Oh, this is an interesting one. Okay. Would you rather always have a random taste in your mouth? There's just like always a taste in there, just random taste. Like, 1 minute you might taste cheeseburgers, the next minute you might taste popsicles. It's just there. You can't control it. Or
Okay.
be unable to taste anything at all.
Random taste. Because
I'm gonna have to go with the random tastes too.
I'm a foodie. I'm gonna be
I'm a-
honest. I need to be able to taste the food I eat.
What if though you're like eating one thing and then like the random taste kicks in and it's like mixing with the stuff you're trying to eat? Like what if you're eating like vanilla ice cream and then a random taste of ketchup kicks in?
Oh, bro, that's fucking gross. Oh, dude, that would suck.
That's part of this. That's part of this. The things you have to think about.
That would suck.
I know, but would it suck as much as never tasting anything ever?
Yes. No, it wouldn't. It would not. It would not.
It's not worse than that?
No,
Okay.
it's not worse than
So
that.
you would
'Cause
rather-
at least I can still
you would
taste
rather
my food. At least
So
I
you would
can
rather
still taste my
ketchup.
food.
You would rather taste ketchup ice cream than never taste anything.
Sure.
I mean, I have to agree with you. Random taste. Let's see what the public thinks. Yep, 66 to 34. That's another one.
A lot of
both
people are foodies.
That puts us both at 9. All right. I found another one I'm going to use a pass on.
Oh?
Actually,
What is it?
Actually, we're not even going to waste our passes on this. We're just going to skip it entirely because it's would you rather be super racist or be super sexist? So
Yeah, no. God damn. That's pretty bad. Oh my god, no.
and it's
no.
50 and it was literally 51 to 49%. It was almost 50-50.
Jesus.
People suck. Okay.
You can tell someone juvenile wrote that.
Yeah. All right, here's a good one for the podcast, for what we do. Would you rather only be able to play video games for the rest of your life or only be able to watch movies for the rest of your life? So if you had to choose between video games or movies for the rest of your life, you only get one or the other. Which is it?
That's a toughie. That's a tough one. Dude, I don't even know. Because I like both.
I feel like you get through more movies than you do games, though. Like,
Yeah,
you're definitely more
you're
of a
not
movie
wrong.
guy.
Yeah. I'm
Definitely more of the game guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with games for this one for me though, because like because for me, video games are, well, they're interactive movies for one thing, but they're also like way longer, so you get a more out of them. You know, it's a more immersive experience, and it's like the length of a TV show sometimes. I don't know, so it's gonna be video games for me, but
I'd say movies for me.
Okay. All right, well, the last time we were split, I clicked on your answer, so this time I'm going to click on mine, and let's see what the public thinks. 67% video games to 33 movies. That's me.
Okay, yeah, you're the first to 10.
Ooh, okay, here's an interesting one. Would you rather have the combined IQ of everyone in the world, so the IQ... the intelligence level of every single person in the world combined, or would you rather have the wealth of everyone in the world combined? All the money that everyone in the world has available to you.
Because I don't want anybody else to be, like, struck for cash and be... basically, that would... If I had...
You're not taking it from them. The way that this is worded, you're not taking it from them. You would basically have on your own the amount of money that is equivalent to the same amount of money that everyone else in the world combined has, but just you on your own has that same amount. You wouldn't, just like in the other one, you wouldn't be taking other people's IQs away from them. You would just have a number that is the equivalent of everyone else's combined.
I'm perfectly content with how smart I am now, so... Again, that same argument I had with the other one. Like, I wouldn't have to worry about anything as far as, like, financial problems. So, and... yeah, I'm gonna have to say the wealth of everybody in the world.
Yeah, we live in dark inflation times. Money would fix a lot of problems.
Fuck,
I have to agree. I'm going with that one too, and it seems like the public agrees too. 60-40. So, here's an interesting one. Yeah, this one's kind of easy, but I do like it.
Okay,
it's kind of funny. All right, would you rather drink hot drinks in summer or drink cold drinks in winter? This is an easy one for me. It's cold drinks in winter because, be it summer, winter, or whatever, I'm still getting a bottle of water or a can of soda out of the fridge, and it's nice and cold and refreshing, and it's good any time of the year. Hot drinks in summer, because the hot chocolate and tea and stuff like that, yeah, you can drink that in the summer, but, like, why would you? Because it's already so hot, and it's warming up your body when you drink
cold
that
drinks
stuff.
in winter.
And it's like, you know, these other drinks, they're not cooling down your body the same way that
winter.
Yeah, the cold drinks aren't cooling down your body the same way that the hot ones are warming it up. You know, it's I gotta go with the cold drinks too. Plus, there's just cold drinks when it comes to like if I'm thirsty, I'm going for a cold drink. A hot drink is like a pleasure drink. You're drinking that for the flavor. You're drinking the hot chocolate because it tastes like chocolate, you know? Like, if I'm getting a cold drink, it's because I'm actually thirsty, you know? So it's just the way that they hit the tongue and throat is different. Yeah. Cold drinks in winter. Plus, hot drinks feel thick. They're usually pretty thick. There are some. That was like 77-23, by the way. Point for both of us. And I mean, there are thick cold drinks too, like shakes and smoothies. But you know what I mean. It's like most cold drinks are designed to be more watery texture wise, whereas hot drinks are more like more milk leaning, I guess you could say. I guess, well, some milk can be really watery, and milk is also cold, so I don't know where I'm going with this, but anyways, would you rather travel by yourself or travel with family? If you're going to go on a vacation, would you
Family
rather take
outing,
a
for
solo
sure.
one or take a big family outing? All right. It's going to be another different one for me because I think I would rather go by myself. It depends on where I'm going, honestly. Like, if it was like Disney World or something, then yeah, that's a family outing. But, like, I don't know, if I'm just like going to visit like another country or something just out of my own interests, like if I wanted to visit Japan, that's for me. I'm not gonna
Yeah, that makes
drag
sense.
someone else along for that. That's something that I wanted to do, you know. But I'm just gonna click on by myself to see what happens. You said family, so that's yeah, so we'll have different answers on this one. And the public says agrees with you this time, 58 to 42.
Ah, shit. We're tied again.
A bunch of Fast and Furious lovers. All right. Okay. Here we. Oh, good. Another mutilation question. Would you rather only have only have one hand or only have one leg? Oh shit.
I mean, there are games that you can play that you can literally play one-handed.
There are, and we've talked about this, but didn't we just get done saying earlier that we would rather be in a wheelchair than some of the other horrible shit we were being told?
Yes. Because we could always get a
I don't
prosthetic
know.
leg.
I feel like, yeah, that's true. I feel like I rely on my hands more than my legs, and a prosthetic leg can still do the full function of what a leg needs to do, whereas a prosthetic hand, unless you got one of them Luke Skywalker robot hands, it's not doing all the individual finger joint shit. So...
No, it's not. So yeah, I'd say one leg. I'll be like He the Pirate.
yeah. In your case, Captain Scraggly Beard.
Yes.
We lost that one 46% on our side to 54 on the other. So,
Okay.
all right. So no points. All right, would you rather be stuck in a time loop where you relive the same day over and over, but it's a really good day? Or would you rather be able to continue moving forward with time, but every bad day you have to live twice? So you're either stuck reliving the same really good day over and over, or you keep moving forward with life, but every time you have a bad day, you gotta repeat it before you can move on to the next one.
Okay. I'm gonna elaborate on this a little bit. I would rather continue going on and repeat every bad day twice, and I'll explain why. Because eventually, if you're repeating that same good day over and over and over again, eventually it's going to turn into a bad day. Because you're going to get sick and tired of what happened that day.
Yeah, it loses its novelty after a while. That's a good point.
Sure
That's a really good point.
does. I've had plenty of multiple bad days in a row, so it's something I'm used to.
Well,
I can usually get through a bad day.
Well, that came across more sad than I think you intended it, but you do make a good point, and I can't argue with it. So, yeah, let's go with the repeated bad days. And 53 to 47 in our favor, so that is another point for the both of us on that one. Oh, look, a question catered to you. Would you rather have to poop every 35 minutes or have to pee every 35 minutes?
How is that catered to? Oh, toilet humor. I see what you did there. Okay. I honestly don't know. Okay, I'm gonna think logical on this again. I would rather pee every 35 minutes.
We both have 2 passes left. I'm not afraid to use it on this one, to be honest with you.
If you want to pass, I'm still gonna answer it. But if you want to pass on it, go for it. I'm gonna say I'd rather pee every 35 minutes because toilet paper costs money, and pooping every 35 minutes, that you're gonna go through a whole ass toilet paper roll in one day.
Yeah. I have to agree with you there, and peeing is also a faster process that is easier to get out of if you are a male-born individual.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So, all right. So the PP. Holy shit, that was a huge upset. 92 to 8% in our favor.
Okay.
Yeah, people like it to PP.
Them golden showers.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be an easy one for me. This is gonna be an easy one for me because I already am one of these things. All right.
Oh.
Would you rather be not cool? Would you rather be not cool but smart, or would you rather be cool but dumb? I feel like this is like every 80s movie stereotype. So would you rather be the smart, unpopular nerd or the cool but dumber than shit jock?
Smart but uncool nerd,
You know?
of course.
Obviously.
Yeah,
I'd who needs, well, what most people consider cool is really honestly like fucking stupid most of the time anyway.
Yes.
So depending on the standards, what I consider cool is nerd shit like Lord of the Rings and Dungeons and Dragons. So I have my own standards for that.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think we're on the same page on this one. And let's see what the public thinks. Yes, another big one, 79 to 21% on that one.
Okay.
This is an interesting one.
Oh.
Would you rather marry your enemy, someone that you like can't stand when you marry them? So it's not the opposite. It's not like you love them when you marry them and then you grow to hate each other. This is like the normal way it works. This is the opposite. This is like you already hate each other, but you get married anyways, and over time, you grow to love each other. You become compatible. So would you rather marry your enemy, but you slowly become compatible, or would you rather marry your crush, someone you're head over heels for right now, but you slowly become incompatible over time?
I'm gonna use one of my passes on this.
Fair enough. And the majority said marry your enemy but become compatible, which makes sense to me because that's obviously the right answer.
Yeah.
Because that one is that's the one with the good ending. The other one doesn't have a good ending. So, would you rather be able to continue drinking anything that you want, milk, juice, soda, all that, but every time you drink something, you have a 50% chance of choking?
What?
Or you are limited to only drinking water, but only have a 1% chance of choking. So either you can keep drinking everything you normally would, but there's a 50% chance you might choke each time you do. Or you have to cut out everything but water. You can only drink water, but you only have a 1% chance of choking.
Am I allowed to put things in the water?
There is no specifications about that. It doesn't say anything. I do think, though, if you want to get scientifically technical, once you put a packet of Crystal Light in a bottle of water, it ceases to become water and has now instead become Crystal Light.
Fair. Okay. Well, I mean, drinking...
Which is a different
drinking
drink.
Water...
It's like a juice or a
right.
tea.
Drinking water is an essential part of my job, so I'll take the I'll take water, please.
I feel like this one's a no-brainer. Yeah, so... And 78 to 22% in our favor. So yeah, that's a big yeah. That puts us both at 15. We're neck and neck still. You realize that if we both hit 20 at the same time, we have to keep going until one of us is
tiebreaker.
Until we're not tied.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do tiebreakers. Okay, so would you rather live with people who are obsessed with you, won't leave you alone, cling to you constantly, or live with people who hate you, who can't stand you and avoid you at all costs?
Because I like my,
Yeah,
I
that's a
like my
tough one.
personal space.
Another excuse to peek into the window of who's not worthy of your presence.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to go with that one too. It says live with people who hate you, but no physical violence. So, what's there to worry about? They're a little snooty sometimes. Whatever, fuck them. I'll just put my headphones in.
Right.
I guess we're on the same page there. Let's see what the public thinks. Nope. They said 80% people who are obsessed with you. No points for either of us. Ooh, okay. Well, here's a question that's going to challenge us based on some previous answers. Because all those times that we decided to prioritize money when it was an option, now it's asking us to prioritize money or health.
Oh, fuck.
So, this very, very simple one here. Would you rather never have to worry about money again or never have to worry about your health again?
Okay.
Would you rather be eternally wealthy or eternally
Okay,
healthy?
so yes, while eternally healthy would be the right answer here, I gotta counter.
That doesn't mean live forever, by the way.
I know.
It just means you're in good health until you die of natural
trust
causes.
me, I know. But here's my thing. I'm gonna counteract that. I'm gonna say again, make sure all of my financial situations are in order, and if I happen to get sick, I have the money to make sure that I can get the right treatment to get better. So, there's my answer.
That is a fair answer. I think I'm going to go with health on this one, though, because there are some health issues that money just can't fix.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true.
And I do think, unlike you, I'm not building a nest egg, so I don't have to worry about leaving anything behind for anyone. So I'm gonna choose the answer that puts me first on this one.
Fair.
So you said wealth, I said health. The public said 50-50. Oh man,
really?
That's twice in one thing, and we're already tied. So that doesn't. You know what?
It doesn't.
That doesn't. Yeah, that does nothing. That does nothing because we're already tied.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Would you rather have $10 billion, but the only thing you can do with it is donate it to charity, or would you rather that your only source of income be from charitable donations?
Oof.
So would you rather have a lot of money and give it to charity, or would you rather have your only source of income be from donations?
Have my own income, so yeah, I'll have a lot of money but give it to charity. Why not? Good causes.
Yes, I'm gonna go with that one too. And that is public favor 66-34, putting us both at a solid 16.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would you rather hike up a large mountain or run a marathon?
Hike up a mountain.
Yeah, I think I would go with that one too, maybe. I think maybe.
Yeah.
Running.
Why not?
I feel like both of them are rough on the lungs. I'm not. Well, the thing, you know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna go with run a marathon. Because here's the thing: when it comes to a marathon, I know they say run a marathon, but you don't actually have to run. You can jog, you can walk, you can do whatever. Because it's not a race. It's just a lot of those marathons are charity walks and stuff. And some people run, some people walk, some people do whatever. There are people in wheelchairs doing this shit. So I don't know. Maybe. I guess it depends on what they mean by run a marathon. I'd need more specifics on that. Are you talking like an Olympic competitive marathon where you actually do have to run the whole time, or what? Like
my reasoning for choosing the mountain would be for like the view and the sightseeing.
You know what? That's a good point too. But I'm also not the biggest fan of heights.
That's fair.
It is hike up a mountain though, so it's like a trail. It's not like I'm rock climbing or anything.
Right, exactly.
But still, some mountains can be deadly. There's that too.
You also got to think there might be some wildlife on that mountain.
Yes, yeah. Usually the ones that are safe to climb though are pretty well maintained, but all right, so you say mountain.
Yes.
I say marathon. I think I'm going to go with the marathon on this one. Believe it or not. And the public says 59% mountain in your favor.
Yes.
So
okay.
That puts you one ahead. Okay. Okay, here's a cool one, kind of a superhero themed one. Would you rather be able to walk on water? Well, it says walk on water without drowning, so I'm wondering if they mean walk on top water like Jesus, or if they mean like be able to walk on the ocean floor but like breathe underwater, like you can't, like you're fine. It says walk on water, so I'm just going to guess walk on top of it. So would you rather be able to walk on water or be able to touch fire without burning?
Touch fire without burning.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one too. Well, there could be some interesting stuff you could do with walking on water, but
yeah.
Fire cool. So.
Right?
All right, the fire thing. Oh, we were in the minority there, but just barely. It was 49 to 51.
Okay.
All right, would you rather take care of animals in a shelter or take care of children in an orphanage?
Take care of animals in a shelter.
Same here, easy one for me. Emotionally devastating, but puppies and kitties. All right.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, 64 to 36%. That was in our favor.
Okay.
Okay. What the hell kind of comparison is this? This is so, like, one of these things is completely normal thing that everyone has, and the other one is like some Looney Tunes out there shit.
Oh?
Okay. All right, you're gonna love this. Would you rather have your back cracked by a chiropractor, a normal thing that they do, or would you rather have your mind explored by a psychic to uncover your deepest thoughts and emotions?
Yeah.
Do you need me to repeat it?
What the fuck?
I know, they're just so unrelated to each other. Like, at least all the other questions are somehow related, but this couldn't possibly be more different.
Can we pretend that one doesn't even exist?
No, this one is so unbelievably weird that we have to answer it.
Okay. I would say have my mind explored by a psychic.
Really? Okay. I'm gonna go with having my back cracked because I've been needing that for a while. My spine, like, I went to physical therapy for it, but it's still like the lower, like the middle of my back, like right where my spine is always super tight right there. Like the muscles, the tension, always super tight, and like the best way to make it feel better is to lay down on a flat surface like a hardwood floor on my back, and it feels good for a little while. Do a couple of sit-ups and that like helps with the curvature, but yeah. Man, I sleep okay, but I have never been completely comfortable in a long time. I need a chiropractor to go to town on my back badly. So
fair enough.
So okay, so the mushroom trips for you and the back cracking for me. Let's see what the public said.
Yeah.
And the public says, ooh, in your favor, 53 to 47. That puts you 2 points in the lead. And this is also...
Oh, shit.
This is also game point for you. If you get one more point, you win this whole thing.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right. 17 to 19. All right. Would you rather have the ability to pause time, but you can only use it once per day, or have the ability to become invisible, but it lasts the entire day, and you can only use it once a week? So pause time once a day.
I'm gonna go full invisibility cloak here. From the Potterhead.
You do realize.
Yep.
That this invisibility lasts for an entire day, and you can only use it once a week.
Yep.
Okay.
I realize that.
All right. I think I'm going to go with the pause time one. I've always had a fascination with that kind of thing for some reason, especially since playing the first Life is Strange game. Although that's rewinding time, but whatever. Rewinding time using photographs, to be specific, which is even cooler. But for two reasons, I'm going to choose that one. One, because I just think that's a cool power to have. And there's a lot of things you could do with rewinding time that you could also do with invisibility. And having the ability to use it once per day is helpful. But you'd have to make sure you use it at the right moment each day, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the other reason I'm choosing this one is because it's the opposite of what you chose. And it gives it... If it works in my favor, then you get no points and I get one, and it helps me catch up. But if it doesn't, then you win. Like, this is the decider. Even if I choose the same as you and we're both right, then you still win, and even if I get a point. So it's better for me if either I get a point and you get nothing, or we both get nothing. So now I'm playing strategically.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with pausing time. You're going with invisibility. Let's see what the public said. Yes! Pausing time in my favor, 72 to 28. Okay. Ooh. All right. Oh, man. Oh, imagine if I came back from this now. Oh, boy. All right. 18 to 19. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Would you rather have everyone in the world be slightly smarter, or have everyone in the world be moderately stronger? This is an easy one for me. Too many people in the world are stupider than hell, so I'm going to have to go with the smart one. The last thing we need is a bunch of idiots being stronger.
Yes. Yeah, no, I have to agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
God, even if we're both right, you're gonna win, but I'm okay with that because I'm not gonna betray my beliefs on this one. I have to choose the right one.
Yeah.
The majority agreed 64 to 36, which puts the points at 19 to 20, which makes you the winner.
That's
your first official game show win on the podcast.
That's game. Hell yeah.
That is game. Congratulations.
Yeah. Oh man.
That now puts our total count. That now puts our total count of overall game show wins at 2 for me and 1 for you.
Yes.
So, cool. All right. Well, that's going to be it for this episode, folks. I haven't decided on what the topic for the next one is going to be, but I'd be interested in knowing some of your answers to these would you rathers, you know. And other stuff, write in. If people start writing into the show more, especially since we're like recording like way earlier now and pushing for another bi-weekly format, we're recording these episodes like basically 2 weeks out, like a week and a half out at this point. So send us an email and we'll actually read it on the show. I want to start doing that if people actually start writing in and leaving comments on the YouTube videos and such.
Yeah.
So, do that.
Yeah.
Leave a comment on the video. Remember to click that like button if you're over on the YouTube side of this, which is the only place you can see the video version. And, of course, if you want to send an email to have it read on the show, that email address is spelled MROVERSOUL53 @gmail.com. And you can also find and message me on Twitter at Oversoul53. And for the co-host...
you can find me on the website formerly known as Twitter, at The Vaping Fiend, on TikTok, the.vaping.fiend, and why not follow me on Twitch, over at The Vaping Fiend.
Yes, indeed. Alright, well... that's it for this episode, folks. Thanks for watching and or listening. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody.
Bye.